Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to the Nor'easter. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm here to be the host of this Minecraft podcast episode, and I'm thrilled to be in the middle of big snow. Little Giovanni and I asked him, and he was totally good with it, to come out here during this big snow. And here's the thing what we want to talk about today, which is actually a good example, though I have to admit I did not plan that part of it, is that, this is the holiday season right now. It's December, whatever it is. I don't know. It's close to Christmas. And, we get so caught up in this rushing around, this hustle, bustle. We have choice here. And it feels like it doesn't, because it feels like we're on this escalator that we never reach floor 3, or whatever it is. Like, it just keeps going, like this treadmill, and it just keeps picking up the pace. And it's because, well, obviously there's a lot to it, right? There's, the media and the marketing of family, which kind of gets me a little nauseous, to be truthful, and the marketing of what it means to be successful, which, of course, for those of us Minecrafters on the path to authenticity, our definition of success really doesn't involve any of that as far as material stuff and, cars and square footage and white picket fences and all that. Not that isn't all good. We want all that abundance in our lives, and we accept it. We very gratefully accept it all. But we're just focused on success as being something different. So that's one thing. But I really wanted to talk about the rushing around. We actually have the choice to step off the escalator safely, and it's okay. And think about it. Anything that feels like a chore for the holidays, other than the things that, when we're adults, there's certain things we have to do, right? Like take out the garbage and wash the dishes. But even that, we can do those things mindfully. I'll just take the dishes for an example, because when our dishwasher broke like 15 years ago, it took us, I think, 8 or 9 years to replace it, because my husband and I realized, believe it or not, how peaceful it was. And it had to be longer than that ago, actually, because the kids were all home and relatively little, like in the 6, 8, 10, 12 area. 6, 8, 10, I forgot one. 14. Would never forget my kids. I'm just thinking 4 versus 5. Okay, so, but in that area, like elementary, early middle school stuff, and so when we say time to do the dishes, vanish, right? And the hot water and the suds, and it was mindful. And here's the thing: when we're mindful, regardless of what it's doing, regardless of what you are doing, the dishes, having a conversation, skiing, hi G, skiing, just sitting on the couch reading a book. It's amazing when we actually slow down. We actually get the time back. It's wild. The day slows down when we stop watching the clock and rushing around. When we're just actually in the moment doing a video in a Nor'easter, for example. Then you look at the clock and you're like, wow, had all this mindful. I just experienced my life. I was engaged in my life, and like 3 minutes went by. And actually, it's funny I just said that because I just looked up at the time. It was 3:08. Wow. See what I'm saying? Versus when we rush around like gerbils on crack, the time goes so fast and we're frenzied and our blood pressure's up and it's not enjoyable. And this life, as far as we know it, this is not a dress rehearsal that we're doing right now. This is the big game, right? So think about it. Think about it on your memorial stone. Do you want it to say, she got all her Christmas shopping done? Way to go. No. And it doesn't mean you have to be thoughtful and do your thing. It's about changing the mindset. If you're rushing on in traffic and road raging all over the place because you got a stoplight and TJ Maxx is about to close in 10 minutes, that is not a healthy situation. I'm just saying. And also, I know, and it's also we can change how we look at things. Wayne Dyer says that we change the way we look at things. The things we look at change, and it's okay to also change traditions, and it's okay to scale down. And I know I've shared on videos when kids were smaller. I fully admit I got caught up in that. And then eventually, first I wasn't aware of it. I think my phone's getting wet. It's okay though. At first I wasn't aware of it. And then when I was aware of it, it was still hard to put the brakes on because it's such an intense, it's like a commercial riptide. Like when you're pulled out in an undertow in the ocean and it feels like which way is up. And you get tumble around, you get sand in your crackers, that whole thing. Because you don't have a lot of control there. It's kind of like that. And we do have choice. We really can at least, and remember, it's progress, not perfection. So if we can slow it down a little bit, just a little, then we're doing really, really well. And give yourself, a pat on the back or like a nice big hug. And I'll tell you, for our young adult, we have young adults. This is just an example of change. I know with smaller children, it's a different type of change. But I'm into buying experiences now. I mean, I was kind of always like that with myself. I've not actually been very materialistic for me. My issues were more indulging the kids, and I told you that whole thing in the last video, so I don't repeat it. Experiences, so I will know if my young adults are listening. So our two sons got married about 6 months apart from each other just this past year, December, squeaking the last bit of 21, and then the oldest one in June. And we purchased, I'm not going to tell you what in case they are watching, but I will know if they're watching. We bought them an experience, and it's going to be electronically delivered on the 23rd. And boy, no fuss, no muss. It was the easiest Christmas shopping ever. And they're going to be able to do something with their new brides, and it's just the best thing. That's just one example. With small children, you can make other changes and other traditions, but the whole point is, and even if you don't change it, you can change the way you look at it. That's the other thing. Well, I can't change this. We've done this forever. We do this thing in my family. Okay, but you want to change it, just like we talked about stress with mindset, of developing a positive stress mindset. So instead of looking at it, so I got to race out to the store, and now it's snowing. What am I going to do? And what if I crash? And what if it's slow? And what if the store closed? Change all that to somehow that I want to. I want to go out and get the last couple things, and I'm accepting that I'm going to do what I can do. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be, and life's going to unfold how it's going to unfold, even if it involves last minute Christmas shopping. Just be at peace, and the clock will slow down, I promise you. Okay, stop rushing. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful northern Vermont in a nor'easter. Have a mindful day.